How many times is Activision going to piss off the gaming industry? Gamers across the world are uniting under frustration and anger at Black Ops 4 right now. So we've recently learned some stuff about Black Ops 4 that many gamers are just not very keen on. Namely the fact that they're doing stuff once again with season passes, splitting up communities, paid maps, and of course pre-order bonuses that are just not in line with what we want. So there's two problems, one being Black Ops 3 and one being, of course, Black Ops 4. So for Black Ops 3, they basically announced that you get 4 remastered maps from Black Ops 4 in Black Ops 3, but it's only available on PlayStation, and the only way you can get these maps is if you, go ahead and guess it, pre-order the Digital Deluxe Edition on the PlayStation Store. And that is $100. Yep, you can't get these on the PC, you can't get these on the Xbox, they're only coming to the PlayStation. If you're wondering why this is the case from like a business standpoint, it's because Sony paid them a lot of money for this exclusive content. So there's your answer. Microsoft didn't want to pay up, so we don't get those as Microsoft and PC players. It's a nice little gesture that basically screams F you and a big middle finger to anyone that does not own the PlayStation version of these games or is going to be planning on buying the PlayStation version of said games. But it doesn't end there for Black Ops 3. They're also releasing a new weapon that is locked behind rare supply drops only in Black Ops 3. So if you thought this wasn't fair to Xbox or PC players, then yeah, I think you are in the same boat as many people. Why can't we have the maps for free? Why is there a paywall behind this gun? In case you're wondering, Black Ops 3 is 3 years old and has, I think, 4 or 5, maybe even 6 DLCs at this point. Is it really important to get this extra money when basically all you're doing is creating more strife between the player bases that were once loyal to Call of Duty, and of course, everyone else that is not on PlayStation hardware? And this is coming from the same company that has done God knows how many bad things to the community of their shooting games in the past few years. And yeah, I'm looking at you, Destiny and Destiny 2. So if you are a Call of Duty or a Destiny fan, there has been many reasons to be mad at Activision, and this is just another one on top of that. But the more criminal announcement at E3 was that Activision is going to have a season pass. This season pass is going to give you 12 multiplayer maps, which is less than the regular season pass, and then 4 exclusive Blackout characters, and they're also locking an entire zombies mode behind the season pass too. That's quite a bit of stuff lumped into a single season pass. It's basically a big red sign that says buy me. I'm loaded with content. We don't know how long this is going to span, but this season pass is once again going to split up the community of Call of Duty Black Ops 4, just like every other season pass has done with every single shooting game that has put one in their game. From Call of Duty to Battlefield, you name it. These things are poisonous to the growth and stability of player bases around the world. As a Call of Duty player, I lament the season pass. And quite honestly, I remember so many Call of Duty games, and Battlefield games by the way, where I would buy the game, but it would just be so hard to keep up as the DLCs kept pouring in again and again and again. Going into the game maybe 6 months or even a year after the release of the base game, it was nearly impossible to find and filter through all of the available maps just to find a solid community of players to play, let alone finding a server, for God's sakes, that wasn't in rotation with those DLC maps. Nothing is more frustrating in a shooting game than having just a few pieces of all the DLC going into a match and then being kicked out of the server because you don't have the next map in rotation. You didn't buy the DLC, you didn't buy the season pass, so boom, you're back to the main screen. Go find another server. No one likes to do this, and all it really does, from a concrete standpoint, is split up communities because people get frustrated and then they log out because they cannot find the games they're looking for. And even when they do, they get booted out when they don't have the next map in rotation. So it's a lose-lose situation for those players, and it's basically just an initiative for you to go out and buy those DLCs. And those players that do reluctantly stay to try to find new servers for the maps that they do have, the matchmaking for those players sucks balls. Queue times are longer, servers are hard to find, and the servers that they do get into with the maps that they do have sometimes aren't even full. And as even more DLC is released for even more money, all it does is compound this issue for players. And that's not even to speak of the pressures that this system instills on players to keep up with their friends if they do have those DLCs. You want to play with your friends? Well, they have the DLCs, they've got the season pass, so fork over more money. And that's not even a pre-order bonus. This is a season pass that you have to buy in addition to the base game. Zombies is a beloved mode to so many Call of Duty fans. So if you don't have the season pass, you can't enjoy it the way it was meant to be played. And this Black Ops Pass or Season Pass or whatever the hell you want to call it is also including 4 additional Zombies maps and 4 exclusive characters for Blackout. And yeah, I said exclusive, and that word means you can't get it anywhere else. I think the problem here that really no one is talking about is that Activision just doesn't seem to care. Why don't they care though? Call of Duty is on a yearly release schedule, which means that those game makers and that publisher out there, Activision, doesn't really have to make us happy for too long. If you really think about it, what does that enable them to do? It enables them to get a quick cash grab in without too many repercussions. They know that every year the slate is going to be wiped clean for Call of Duty, and they will release a new video game that pretty much the entire world is going to buy. So why take the time to design proper and ethical systems in games that are there to encourage longevity of their player base? They don't need to because they're on a yearly rotation with Call of Duty. This is not the same as a game that has a lifespan that will exceed more than a few years. Those kinds of games must build community welfare and goodwill from their communities because they will not have the opportunity to sell them another product for a long time. But Call of Duty is of course different. They can quickly get in here, sell a season pass, make as much money as possible, and then say, you know what, who really cares, we're on to the next game. And this is absolutely true because yes, they are locking substantial game content behind the season pass. Why else would they do this besides money? So yes, these are the reasons why gamers are pissed off at Activision right now with Black Ops 4, a game that really doesn't need to be your best friend because another one's coming in the pipeline next year. If you want to encourage better practices than this in the gaming industry, then simply do not buy Black Ops 4. Try something else this holiday season. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Leave me your feedback down below in the comment section regarding this mess of Call of Duty Black Ops 4, a game that I couldn't be less excited for at this point. You guys have a fantastic day, and we'll see you in our next video. Peace, love, and happiness. Until then, take care.